All right, boys. So season 1 is in the books, and the Lakers won their 4th championship in a row. We finished the season 47-35, losing in the second round of the playoffs. The current state of our squad right now, we got Mike Bibby, Allan Houston, Hedo Turkoglu, Antonio McDyess, Rafe LaFrance, and then Sean Bradley as our 6th man. So first things first, player retirement. Charles Oakley is saying goodbye after 18 years. Mark Jackson after 17. Avery Johnson, 16. Glenn Rice, Steve Kerr, MJ, of course, Eldon Campbell, Reggie Miller, Brian Shaw, Tyrone Hill, John Crotty, Chris Dudley, Michael Curry, just to name a few people. Arvydas Sabonis. That's all the people for the most part leaving there. All right, now Hall of Fame inductees, Michael Jordan and John Stockton. Easily, you know what I'm saying? League meetings, let's see if we got any new rules coming through. The closest thing we had to being approved was eliminate the foul out rule, but that'll probably never get passed, and even if it did, I probably would deny it. They also voted on having the trade deadline occur 1 week earlier, changing the shot clock to 35 seconds, changing the bonus to 2 minutes of the quarter, and then the draft lottery will be decided by an elimination tournament. Remaining picks are determined by record. That would be pretty lit, but it only got 3 S's. Draft lottery. This is put up or shut up time. This is going to decide who it is we want to try to wager with. So the Bobcats, like we already talked about last episode, are more than likely going to get the number one draft pick, but they are not a team until, not this season coming up, but the season after that. So the season after that, I will let them draft a player and start to build their team accordingly. So I am controlling them right now. That way they won't get any, key free agents or, high draft picks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the draft lottery. We're going to go ahead and skip through this. So it actually goes Bucks, Bobcats, Jazz, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Cavs, Blazers, Bulls, Hornets, Sonics, Raptors, Celtics, and Clippers. Our first pick is until pick 16 via the Pacers, and I believe that's the only pick we have. Now we want to try to look around and trade around and see if we can get up in the draft to get closer to getting LeBron, Melo, or Wade. So I was wrong. I said we only had 1 first round pick. We do have 2. One is the 24th pick, but we're definitely trying to come up in the top 3. I don't think you can go wrong by anybody in the top 3. Of course, we do want to try to get LeBron, but no trade offers there. Who had the number 2 pick? I'm not going to trade with them because that's not fair. They can't have any players. I'm going to make sure they don't get anybody good. The Jazz have the number 3 pick, which they're willing to say goodbye to, but we would have to give up Mike Bibby. So since the goal was to get Bron, Wade, or Melo, I think we'll just go ahead and get rid of Bibby. For this pick, we'll get to keep Allan Houston. And then also with Allan Houston, you know what I'm saying, maybe we could trade him in the future, but we'll go ahead, since we're more than likely not getting LeBron, we'll go ahead and pick up D Wade instead of LeBron. So we'll go ahead with this first deal with the Jazz. We'll give them Bibby and Frank Williams for the 3rd overall pick. And now we have 3 first round picks. So it's actually not that bad if you ask me. Taking a look now at the updated mock draft. This would be huge if the Bucks take Melo. Even though, you know what I'm saying? Wow, that would be crazy if the Bucks take Melo, dog. I don't see the Bucks taking Melo. Maybe if they want Melo over LeBron, that's crazy. Maybe because Melo has spent the year in college, because even though it's in hindsight 2020 for me, it's not hindsight 2020 for the computer. All right, so now that we've secured 3 draft picks, we're gonna go ahead and look for a new head coach here. Mike D'Antoni is available. Also, Rudy Tomjanovich. That'd be a nice pickup. But Mike D'Antoni, this running gun system, this could be big if we were be able to pick him up. Byron Scott's available. George Karl is available. We could, promote our assistant, which I'm not really looking to do. All right, so we move ahead, and Tomjanovich is offering to sign with us, and so is George Karl. So now let's just see what's the little differences. Looks like Tomjanovich has a little bit of an edge when it comes to scouting and negotiations. George Karl's negotiations are a F, opposed to Tomjanovich's D+. So we're going to go ahead And get that, we got our new coach, Rudy Tomjanovich. All right, boys, here we are. It's draft day. You know what I'm saying? We want to see who the first overall pick is going to be. And, you know, of course, it is LeBron James. Boom. All right, so LeBron James is now a Milwaukee Buck. Okay. We're on the clock with the Bobcats, of course, like I said. Not going to take anybody with them. So we're going to go ahead and draft one of these player fillers. You know what I mean? Because they are not a real player yet, so it does not matter who they get on their squad. All right, boys, so we're on the board. And we can either go with Carmelo Anthony or Dwayne Wade. Since we went ahead and traded away Mike Bibby, we're going to go ahead and bring in D Wade. He's going to be our starting point guard, as he was when he first got drafted years ago. Just take a look at, you know, what our other options would be as far as players. We could bring in Mo Williams. We could bring in TJ Ford. TJ Ford was actually nasty coming out of Texas. He probably was the best point guard coming out, but we're going to use D Wade in that role. D Wade is going to be our point guard. We are now drafting the next great New York Knicks point guard, and which means Melo, you know what I mean, even in the recreation of the 2003 universe, is still going to become a Denver Nugget, which is absolutely insane, and that's crazy that actually still happened. All right, so Chris Bosh goes 4 to the Grizzlies. Josh Howard goes 5 to the Cavs. All right, so here we are in our next user pick. LeBron went 1, Wade went 2, Melo went 3, Chris Bosh 4, Josh Howard 5, Chris Kaman 6, TJ Ford 7, David West 8, Mo Williams 9, Calderon, Banks, Outlaw, Leandro Barbosa, who I was hoping would still be here. You know what I mean? But he's not, and Boris Dio went after him. So 2 back-to-back, international players. Now it's our time to make our next pick, see who's available here. But do I go Kurt Heinrich now, or do I go Nick Collison and then hope that Kyle Korver is there? So, yeah, what I'm going to go Nick Collison here with this pick. 6'10" out of Kansas, fresh off of a national well, actually, no, he's not fresh off of a national championship. He just lost. They just lost the national championship to Melo. But him and Kurt Heinrich were a beautiful 1-2 punch there. So, Kyle Korver is indeed gone off the board. He literally went the pick before us. That hurt a little bit. So, after Nick Collison went Darko Milicic, who, of course, I could have got, but we already know, how his career pretty much turned out. Nick Collison was always a pretty solid big. Then with Luke Rittenauer, Steve Blake, Udonis Haslem, Heinrich, Ross, and Korver. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm trying to trade away this pick. See what we can get out of it. It's 24th pick. We're getting offered Tim Thomas from the Bucks. Shout out to New Jersey. Oh, this is interesting. We can get Q Rich from the Clippers. We can get Jay Will from the Grizzlies. If I get Jay Will from the Grizzlies, that means I would get rid of Allen Houston and let D Wade run the 2, because they also want to give us Stromile Swift. We can get Darko, who was just drafted. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at his upside. Of course, it's none. C+. Drew Gooden, Stephen Hunter, Rodney. We can get Marcus Camby back. We can get Mo Williams, who was just drafted this year. Or we can get Larry Hughes from the Wizards. Bonafide scorer. Always has been. So I think I'm going to go with this deal right here. We can get Q Rich from the Clippers, along with Chris Wilcox. And, we give up a second round pick in 2023, which is technically like 2007 in this universe. And then we're giving up this current pick. So I like that deal right there. We'll go ahead and do that. So we complete that deal with the LA Clippers. Let's see what they do and go in the draft. They actually go with the sharpshooting James Jones. All right, guys. So here we are at rookie signings. Of course, we're going to sign D Wade, and we're also going to sign Nick Collison. These other 2 people we drafted, second rounders Ronald Dupree and his player filler. They never really make the squads. They'll be in the summer league pool trying to make a squad. And then Rafael Frentz declined his player option. But Hedo Turkoglu, we accepted his team. We picked up his team option. Upcoming free agents, Jermaine O'Neal opted out of his deal with the Pacers. Any other big names? Rafe LaFrance. So yeah, no other big names besides Jermaine O'Neal. Oh, Rick Fox, but he's older. Now here we are in free agency. We have $4 million cap, but you know we're trying to build a winner here. Jermaine O'Neal at 25 years old, one of the best big men in the league at this point. Let's see if we even got enough bread to even come after him. We do not. You know, maybe if we renounce some rights, but he's probably going to be picked up early. He might even probably be signing back to the Pacers. All right, so we don't even have enough money anyway to sign Lamar Odom like we originally thought. That kind of sucks because we definitely don't have a 3 like who can really demand anything like that. Like, let's see. You know, let's go ahead and switch this actually. Officially make D Wade our point guard. Confirm changes. So we got D Wade. We got Q Rich at the 2. He could also play the 3. We also got Turkoglu there, but we'll go ahead and make Q Rich our starting 3. Boom. He actually goes up 1 overall point. So we got D Wade. So far, Allan Houston, Quentin Richardson, Antonio McDyess, Sean Bradley, Rafe LaFrance. So we got a bunch of bigs. You know what I mean? I think we might need one more guard / wing player. We need one more shooting guard or one more point guard to really help solidify what we can do with this squad. And they're not going to be a starter, so we don't need the cream of the crop, you know what I'm saying? We can bring in Skip to Malu. We can bring in an old man, Tim Hardaway. Bobby Jackson to give you some threes off the bench to knock down. Or we could bring in Jay Williams. Matter of fact, I want to try to bring in Nick Van Exel. I just don't want to pay him this much money. He's 32 and he wants $14 million a year. Not really feeling that. We can give him Wesley Person a contract. Oh, Jamal Crawford is a free agent. I'll definitely try to get a young Jamal Crawford. Doesn't accept the first offer. Let's go ahead and check on it. See what some of his other offers are. So Lamar Odom, you know, we couldn't afford him. He goes to the Sixers. We're still waiting on Jamal Crawford to give us an answer. He actually signs with the Rockets, so we kind of miss out waiting on him there. There's not any really good 2 guards we can bring back. Ron Mercer's out there, Kendall Gill, Vincent Yarborough. So no, don't want to do that. Shammond Williams from UNC is my boy. Ross Strickland, Tyronn Lue, Robert Pack, Dan Dickow, Anthony Carter. I'm trying to see. John Salmons, okay. I've always liked John Salmons' game. We'll give him a 1-year deal to see if he'll say okay to it. He does agree. All right, we need one more player on the squad. There's a Ruben Patterson is out there, aka the Kobe stopper. We'll bring in a veteran presence with John Barry. If he would sign with us, because he can knock down threes. No, he goes to the Lakers, so he's trying to get a ring. I'm just going for a 3-point shooter at this point. The ages are just so far off because Damon Jones is not 34 years old. But I guess we can go with Jason Capono out of UCLA. Hopefully he'll be willing to sign with us for a year. All right, he is. All right, so we got our 15 players going into the year. Now here we are at player progression. Allan Houston goes down 2 points. You know, it's not from his morale. It's just him getting older at 33, about to go be 34. I want to move him. That's my goal coming into the season, maybe even still here in this offseason, to move Allan Houston. D Wade, of course, his first year. Q Rich goes up 2 points. Turkoglu goes up 3. McDyess gets a point. Othello Harrington goes up 1 point. Sean Bradley goes down 1. Shandon Anderson, Michael Doliak, Wilcox, John Salmons will go up 1. Travis Knight goes up 1. Jason Capono stays stagnant. All right, guys, so our goal coming in was to trade Allan Houston. We got 2 choices. We can trade him for Joe Johnson and Penny Hardaway. They both have expiring contracts. Joe Johnson's on his rookie deal. He's at 23 years old. Or we can come up here and get Corey Maggette, who's 25, 83 with a 2-year deal. And instead of getting a backup point guard and Penny Hardaway, we actually get a 2021 first-round pick. Now, we all know in these rebuilds how important picks are, especially with these draft classes we got coming up. We just did the 03 draft class, next year's the 04 to 05. Some good, solid players coming out of it, and the Clippers actually aren't looking to protect this pick. Now, we know how good Joe Johnson is. You know what I'm saying? How good he's going to get. Here with Corey Maggette, taking a look at his stuff. You know, potential's an A- through the roof. Corey Maggette, good solid career. Joe Johnson, I believe he has an A. He only has a B potential. 3-point shooter's an A. So, all right, we're going to go with Corey Maggette. And, you know, we're going to get the pick for it. So, not only do we get a good, solid, younger player, we get a first-round pick, you know what I mean, down the pipeline. But I'm going to try to move that pick up to this year. Oh, they don't have a first-round pick this year. That is why they said that. Cancel that trade. Go back into it because I kind of messed it up. All right, now we accepted the way they want to give it to us this time. Then go ahead and get Allan Houston, who's going to regress and fall off the face of a cliff. So, no, we continue to get younger. We continue to have our top players be in their 20s, which is what we wanted to accomplish. All right, so before we officially head into next season, you know, we want to go ahead and do one training camp that we have. And I think I'm going to focus it on D. Wade. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on his perimeter shooting, because that is something D. Wade struggled with in the beginning of his career. So you see his middies go up, but his contested shot threes are 55. You know, dribble shot 3 is 60. Open shot 3 is 60. So Wade, you know, in the beginning of his career is definitely 100% going to be a slasher. All right, boys, so we are officially here for season number 2, and we are definitely the new look New York Knicks. New starting lineup, we got D. Wade, Corey Maggette, Q Rich, Antonio McDyson, Sean Bradley. Now, as far as that, I always give Ray for the French the edge to start over Sean Bradley, mainly because Ray for the French can stretch the floor and knock down that 3. 6 man is going to be Hito Turkoglu. Then we got Sean Bradley, Othello Harrington, Shandon Anderson, John Simons will get some burn as a backup point guard. Chris Wilcox probably not so much. Our newly acquired drafted Nick Collison, you know, he's gonna have a learning curve before he can actually, you know, crack, you know, the lineup and get some burn. But I'm definitely liking the way our squad is looking coming into this year. Now, pick your power rankings. Now, power rankings coming into this season, they have us ranked at number 7, which is not bad at all. You know, LeBron and the Bucks are ranked at 13th. Melo and the Nuggets are ranked at 17, and the Spurs, the Magic, and the Lakers round out the top 3, with the Sixers and the Kings rounding out the top 5. Now let's take a look at this year's upcoming NBA draft. Some notable names: Emeka Okafor, who eventually went to the Bobcats in real life, which actually more than likely is going to happen here in this universe as well. Dwight Howard, Devin Harris, Luol Deng, Al Jefferson, J.R. Smith, Jameer Nelson, Sean Livingston, Iggy, Josh Smith, Kevin Martin, Trevor Ariza, Anderson Varejao. Delonte West should be down here somewhere, you know, but if this isn't completely accurate, of course we'll go ahead and get one that is more accurate. Tony Allen, the defensive minded guy. Trying to see if Delonte West is in here, because he came out with Jameer Nelson, so he should definitely be in here. He's not, so I'm going to find me one with him, and if I can't, then, you know, it is what it is. But we're just looking for big things coming into season number 2. We got our new franchise player, Dwayne Wade. You know, we got some good pieces surrounding him with Corey Maggette and Quentin Richardson, Antonio McDyson staying healthy. We got our stretch big and Ray French. I'm expecting big things out of us coming up here in season number 2. And then next year, we will be finally, you know, introducing completely the Charlotte Bobcat squad, and I will no longer create them. So, you know, if you guys are excited for season number 2, you know, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Stomp and smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject, arcadegames.com. I'm out of here. I want to give a special shout out to our Heisman sponsors, Isaac Johnson and AJ0926.